Welcome everybody to the Upstate Warzone review. My name is Joey. You may remember me from 3 Ps in a Podcast. This is not 3 Ps in a Podcast because we do not have Chris or Brittany with us. I just want to give a review of our first showing that is on our YouTube channel. So we had our first show and it was really exciting. It was dedicated to the first round of the UWE World Heavyweight Championship #1 contendership. It was definitely a good one. It was 4 great matches. Let's just start things off. Our first match was Red Hawk versus Dark Lion, the Wasabi brothers. All last year they were side by side. They are crazy, but they are brothers. So it was definitely hard for them to face each other. You could see during the whole match they were very uncomfortable, still acting their crazy, goofy ways, but they were very uncomfortable facing each other. But it was definitely entertaining. But in the end, Dark Lion did win. So Dark Lion advances to the second round. I'm a little concerned if their relationship will be the same after now facing each other. We will have to see if that plays out eventually. I don't know, but hopefully everything works out between them and there's no hard feelings. Our second match was our 518 champion Brian versus our demon Sinister, and that's definitely a mismatch just on paper, and in person you can just see the difference. But this goes back to last year as well. Brian tends to interrupt Sinister a lot when Sinister does not like to be bothered. Sinister does not have really any friends. He doesn't like to socialize, and he's a demon. So you probably should just leave him alone. But Brian's so loving, he just likes to bug the living hell out of Sinister. So luckily for Brian, he got to face Sinister in our first round, and that was pretty much dominated the entire match. Sinister just flattened Brian. So yeah, so Sinister advances to the second round. On to our third match. It was our Impact champion Boston Bruiser versus our X-Fire champion Mad Dog Nate. Champion versus champion. That was a very good match. It seemed to be going really good. And then about, I believe it was 6 to 7 minutes into that match, we had a little interruption from Sergeant Carter, who was another one of our superstars who, going back to last year, had all year had a rivalry with Mad Dog Nate, and they were battling for the X-Fire Championship all last year. So they definitely have a rivalry, and you could tell things were gonna pick things up when he got in the ring. He got in Mad Dog Nate's face, and something shocking happened. He turned around and actually attacked Boston Bruiser, which was very unexpected. And what happened is Sergeant Carter just went nuts. He actually beat down Boston Bruiser, and he also beat down Mad Dog Nate. But then after that, he pulled Mad Dog Nate over Boston Bruiser for the win. So Mad Dog Nate advances. It was definitely a shocker. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out between Sergeant Carter and Boston, and if that's a new thing going to happen between them two, that's going to be interesting. So going on to our fourth and final, which was our main event it was Brooklyn Bulldog versus Carolina Punisher. And Carolina Punisher has a lot to prove. He going into the last show of last year had beef with Crispo Kid, our UWE World Heavyweight Champion, when Crispo Kid retired his brother, twin brother, Country Boy, and he's claiming he's defending Country Boy's honor. So he's dedicating all these matches, if he advances, to his brother, and he's set out to go after Crispo Kid. It's just simple as that. So yeah, it was definitely a really good match. Carolina Punisher can be arrogant and cocky at times, but he for the most part backs it up. It was a very good, hard-nosed match. Brooklyn Bulldog never backs down, and neither does Carolina Punisher. So it was a good match. I think it went right around 20 minutes. It was just really hard fought match, and at the end, Carolina Punisher got the better of Brooklyn Bulldog. He actually landed the CKO in honor of his brother Country Boy for the win. So he advances to the second round. So now we have Dark Lion, Sinister, Mad Dog Nate, and Carolina Punisher, who all advance to the second round. Which will be for our next week's show at the Upstate Warzone. We will have the same things, basically what you just saw. We're going to have the second round play out, and we will have Dark Lion versus Sinister, and Mad Dog Nate versus Carolina Punisher. And those will be the matches for next week, and we may throw in another match. And for people who don't know what the red card superstars are, the red card superstars mean that when we started this tournament, they had to draw out of a hat, and if you drew a red card, that means you were unfortunately not selected to be in the tournament. So our red card, the unfortunate superstars, are Hillbilly Bob, Rising Star, Rampage, and our new superstar Nightmare. So we may throw in a red card match. So you may see our two matches for the tournament next week, along with Rampage and our new superstar Nightmare. So stay tuned for next week. Things are definitely amping up, and I'm just getting word now that our UWE World Heavyweight Champion Crispo Kid will not be there once again for the second week, but will be there for the third week for the finale to round up the tournament. So I'm assuming he wants to see who he will be facing at our first pay-per-view. So stay tuned for that as well. Things are really heating up. Rivalries are building, and people, it's getting crazy. So thanks for listening, everybody. Like, favorite, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment. And we will see you next week at the Upstate Warzone. Alrighty, thank you.